last 5 seconds. Start.
A bare reading of this provision makes it clear that the prerequisite to exercise of jurisdiction by the Commissioner COMO2 is erroneous insofar as it is prejudicial to the interests of the revenue. The Commissioner has to be satisfied with 2 conditions, and there can be no doubt that the provision cannot be invoked to correct each and every type of mistake or error committed by the assessing officer. It is only when an order is erroneous that sanction will be attracted. An incorrect assumption of facts or an incorrect application of law will satisfy the requirement of the order being erroneous. The phrase prejudicial to the interests of the revenue is not an expression of art and is not defined in the Act. Understood in its ordinary meaning, it is of wide import and is not confined to loss of tax. Para. In this context, it must be regarded as involving a conception of acts or orders which are supervised of the administration of revenue. There must be some grievous error in the order passed by the income tax officer, which might set a bad trend or pattern for similar assessments, which on a broad reckoning the Commissioner might think to be prejudicial to the interests of the revenue administration. In our view, this interpretation is too narrow to merit acceptance. The scheme of the Act is to levy and collect tax in accordance with the provisions of the Act, and this task is entrusted to the revenue. If due to an erroneous order of the income tax officer that revenue is losing tax lawfully payable by a person, it will certainly be judicial to the interests of the revenue. The phrase prejudicial to the interests of the revenue has to be read in conjunction with an erroneous order passed by the assessing officer. Every loss of revenue as a consequence of an order of assessing officer cannot be treated as prejudicial to the interests of the revenue. For example,